Richician.
Hey YouTube, Richician84 here, and welcome to Q&A number 129. And as you can see, I am back in the same place that me and Emma stayed in twice before.
Hello.
Yeah, she's in the background. So yeah, this is how I'm doing the Q&A. Hopefully this won't take too long, because we do want to spend some quality time together. So let's kick this off. So the first 10 questions are actually from Express Gaming, who says, "Been a long while, sorry, but it's that time again." That's alright. Would you rather food edition? Enjoy. Oh boy. 1. Would you rather eat a barbecue or a big fat roast dinner? Oh, that's a tough one, because both are just so good. I mean, I love a barbecue, I love a roast dinner. But if I had to pick, I'd go with a barbecue, just because I love hamburgers, I love hot dogs, and all the other meaty goodness that you cook on there. I can't get enough of it. Shame it's hard to do in cold weather. So that's one thing about summer that I like more than winter. 2. Would you rather eat birthday cake all day or eat a full English breakfast all day? I'm going to say full English breakfast. Don't get me wrong, cake is nice, but I do enjoy a fry-up when I can. You know, sausages, bacon, toast, eggs, mash. I would cook it myself every day, but I just can never be arsed. I know, I'm lazy. 3. Would you rather eat Sour Patch Kids all day or eat sandwiches? I'd say probably sandwiches, because I don't know how much of the sour, sugary stuff I can really take. I do enjoy sour sweets, but I don't think I could eat them all day. It might be a bit sickly, whereas sandwiches, yeah, absolutely, I could have those all day. 4. Would you rather eat chocolate all day or donuts? I guess maybe donuts. Depends what kind though. But yeah, I do enjoy jam and custard donuts more than chocolate, I will say. Which reminds me, I still haven't yet done that challenge which Weber's 5 set me many episodes ago, where I had to eat a donut without, what was it, licking my fingers or my lips? I feel like it was fingers. I'll still do that at some point. 5. Would you rather eat popcorn all day or chips? Oh, that is a difficult one. Both are really good. Actually, I guess maybe chips, because popcorn can get stuck in your teeth, and it's annoying when it does that. But I do enjoy popcorn, as anyone would. 6. Would you rather eat sushi all day or Chinese food? Definitely Chinese food, because I love the pork balls, the chicken balls, and the chicken chow mein. Yeah, I could definitely have that all day, or at least until I get stuffed. 7. Would you rather eat pizza all day or McDonald's?
Pizza.
Well, there we go then. That's what she thinks. Well, both are so good, but I think I'm going to be that guy and say McDonald's, just because, well, they have all sorts of delicious burgers that I could eat, whether it's chicken or beef, and definitely start off with the double sausage and egg McMuffin meal, as you know I enjoy. And then of course there's the boxes of chicken nuggets, which I still have yet to get for myself. You know, get a box of 20 or a box of 30. assuming they still do 30. And finally, 8. Would you rather eat medium rare steak all day or spicy hot food?
Medium rare steak. Oh!
Yeah, I would have to agree with you there. Spicy food is nice, but there's no way in hell anyone could manage eating that all day long. That'd be just too much. Then the next bunch of questions are from John Cross. It's quite funny. It says, before my questions, how was your Valentine's Day? But that's a question anyway that you submitted. And that does go over the 10 question limit technically. You'll see. It's fine though. I will answer it anyway. Yeah, Valentine's was good, thanks. But obviously we weren't able to celebrate it all day because, well, she had to work half the day and I couldn't get there until about 9:30 at night. But we were still able to celebrate. Yeah, it was still a lovely evening. We had heart-shaped pizzas and heart-shaped chicken nuggets, which is a thing. Yeah, that was nice. I think we had Malbec wine as well. Did we have Malbec on Valentine's? Yeah, we did. And I got this massive cookie, which was delicious, and 2 small cat squishmallows. Your eye?
Yeah.
Oh, you're chopping onions?
Yep.
Mm. So yeah, that's what Emma got me. What was it?
I'm just getting it ready.
Oh yeah, I got her a squishmallow that she was after. Ironically, a Valentine's one, Eden. And we got each other nice cards. So yeah, it was still a lovely evening. I even did. Not necessarily a reenactment, but I guess kind of a reenactment of last year when I popped the question. And recorded that for a Facebook video. So, yeah, it was still a nice Valentine's. Anyway, as for the actual questions, 1, what are your thoughts on Lightning Storm? Yeah, Lightning Storm's a very good card, I will say. No, at least it does have that drawback where you have to control no face-up cards. But yeah, it's a very good card, very strong. It seems weird that it's semi-limited, whereas I put that to 1 on the Richician format list. Probably not necessary, but it's just something I'm trying out. I could always change it if need be. I don't think I own a single copy of it anymore, which is a shame, because it would be quite handy for side deck options in the minor league. Yeah, I do like it. It's not great when it's being used against me, especially when I'm playing Dark Magician. I don't know. I guess a lot of luck is required to use it, to be fair. It's only really good early game, not so much late game, of course. 2. Did you pick up any YuGiOh Singles from the 25th anniversary rarity collection? As a matter of fact, I did. Billsy, a Silver Cyclone, actually gave me a ultimate rare Magician's Salvation, which I put in my Dark Magician deck. I do like my ultras, but it seemed too good of an opportunity to play it in there. And I did pick up a few copies of Change of Heart in a trade, as I did with John. And also picked up like a couple of copies of Evenly Matched. Not that I plan to use it, but I just did it for... I picked them up for trade bait, which is generally something I do in trades if you know, someone wants a load of stuff off me, but there's not much I want that they have, so I just try and pick up trade bait if I can to just improve my trades. 3. Do you think Konami will make another Yu-Gi-Oh movie? I'd like to think so, and I certainly hope so. I'm surprised they didn't do that for the 20th anniversary, or even the 25th one, because I'm pretty sure I said this already, but I would love it if Konami either did a Yu-Gi-Oh! GX themed movie, or another crossover, just like Bonds Beyond Time. And as like Bonds Beyond Time is my favourite of the movies we've got so far, and I would love one where Yugi, Jaden, Yusei, Yuma, Yuya, and Yusaku team up against a big villain. So I really want that to happen. 4. What is your favourite Yu-Gi-Oh series? Season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or I'm assuming that's meant to say 6. Right. There's a hit. Oh, no, never mind. I'm reading that wrong. Sorry. I thought an extra question was in. Season 1, 2, 3, or 5. There we go. I assume you're referring to the original series, considering there were 5 seasons of that, whereas there's been like 6 series overall, you know, excluding the Rush Duel ones. But yeah, if you mean the original series, that's a really tough one. They're all so good. The first one, Duelist Kingdom, does have a special place in my heart, whereas the Virtual World arc and the Waking the Dragons arc were just so good and had so many epic duels. So it's hard to pick between the two. Actually, no, there is also the second half of the Battle City arc in Season 3. That being said, most of my favourite duels were among those, so I'm going to say Season 3. 5. Did you know that Konami is coming out with YuGiOh 25th Anniversary Rarity Collection 2? Yes, I am aware of that, and that was very surprising. And from what I remember, there's a cool lineup of cards. I don't know if there's anything I want from there, but I don't know, I'd need to look at it again, but we'll see. 6. What Yu-Gi-Oh deck that you regret of make? I assume that's meant to say, what Yu-Gi-Oh do I regret making in real life? To be honest, there's quite a few that I regret making. It's hard to say which one. Spellcaster Lockdown / Dark Magic Lockdown were both spellcaster decks that I regret making. Because, well, it's in the name, it's a form of lockdown, even though they didn't work very well, but the principle is still something that now goes against my way of dueling. But that was before I officially said that I hate lockdown decks of any kind, to be fair. then of course there was the other lock deck that I made before I declared that, and that was the Wave Motion lock, which was meant to be a real-life version of what that security robot used against YuGiOh. Obviously that trap, that continuous trap that works as counter traps, doesn't exist, but I did make something similar. It didn't work, I didn't win a single game with it, but again, looking back, I wish I hadn't made that, and it does go against my way of dueling. But I guess the deck I made that I regret the most is Dark Magic Sworn, which is a story I went over already, like a couple of times, I think in 2 other Q&As, and definitely when I went over my Yu-Gi-Oh history in the 2009 part, because I made that deck for all the wrong reasons. As I let my frustration of losing get the better of me back then, and I wanted to play something somewhat meta. Well, I say somewhat because I didn't want to completely abandon Dark Magician back then, so I combined Dark Magician cards with Light Sworn cards, and it just didn't work very well. Although at the time I had difficulty getting Judgment Dragon, Honest Enchanter, the Light Brigade, because they were just way too expensive back then. But even later on, when they did get reprinted and I had it sort of the way I wanted it, it still didn't work out very well. And there was that tournament in 2014 where I just didn't do very well and lost against Malefic somehow, and I got salty. But yeah, initially the regret was just making it for the wrong reasons. I guess that's the main deck that I regret making and wish I just never made. Where are we? Oh yeah, 7. Are you going to do another spicy food challenge? That's something I'm not sure about. Gamer Central doesn't seem to be too keen on the idea. But the reason I'm not sure is because there was that one we did in November. Actually no, there were 2 challenges. The Spicy Gobstoppers, and what was it we did afterwards? Was it a Spicy Noodle Challenge? I think it might have been, actually. Yeah, that just ended up doing a number on me, and I'm trying not to be disgusting or graphic here, but there were a couple of points throughout the night and the following day where I kept needing to use the toilet, basically. Yeah, I guess that's the biggest downside of these challenges, you know, besides the heat. So I don't know if I want to put myself through it again, but even if I did, there's the question of what to do next. It's like, what is there to do next, really? I mean, we've done many noodle challenges. The only sort of spicy challenge I can think of that we haven't done is the Death Nut challenge. And there's like 2 different versions of it, where you have one nut and then another, and as you progress it gets hotter and hotter. Yeah, I've seen people struggle with that, and it's like, do I really want to put myself through it? I don't know, it's just up in the air. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. We'll see. 8. What is your favourite Sonic cartoon? I think that would be The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, like the early 90s cartoon, the one that involves Scratch, Grounder and coconuts rather than the other one which involves Snively, the Swat Bots, Princess Sally and what have you. But I just like the one with Scratch, Grounder and coconuts more. That has more of a special place in my heart and was one of my absolute favourite things to watch when I was a kid. 9. I want to see all 3 God cards as tokens. What do you think? Why? I mean, it would be interesting, but why would they be made into tokens? Unless, of course, a different type of token was made to have, like, the same type and attribute as the Egyptian gods. It could be interesting. Don't know how it would work, but
Yeah.
who knows? And so where are we? 10. What is your favourite Yu-Gi-Oh statue? Blue Eyes White Dragon, Black Luster Soldier, Slifer the Sky Dragon, Obelisk the Tormentor, or the Winged Dragon of Ra? Well, I don't think I've seen them properly up close, except maybe in some of Cybernight's videos. But from what I've seen, I kind of like the Black Luster Soldier one more. It just looks like neat and perfect in a way, where he's just standing tall and just sort of holding his sword like that. It just looks simple yet cool. Although the other ones are very majestic. I guess the next one's kind of a question, but not really, from Pokemaster Cube. It says, I hope poor old Exploder Dragon didn't get into your most hated cards. No, not really. I wouldn't say Exploder Dragon is a hated card, even though whenever I have September 2007 games of Matt and Alison Welch, it's just the bane of my existence, as well as compulsory evacuation device. But to be fair, it's better than dealing with Bottomless and Monarchs. Of course, I can't really say much, because I also use it myself in my Zane character deck, so although the other thing is, it was really infuriating on the 2 occasions that you used it to destroy my Rainbow Neos, like in that tournament game we had. Like, both times, both games when I got it out, you just topped into Exploder Dragon, summoned it, and crashed and popped him, and I was like, are you kidding me? That was just infuriating, but there's worse forms of monster removal, to be fair. Like I said, I can't say much because I played the card in my Zane deck as well, so it's like, I'm happy to use it myself, but it's so annoying when it's used against me. And I just remembered that there were a few times where Emma Blue Eyes 10 used it against me in our Skype games back in the day. I'd run into it with something and she'd be like, bye bye, and I'd be like, oh, come on, oh, no! Next questions are from Sparkman91, who once again has more Sonic trivia for us. Did you know that according to the Sonic Heroes manual, Dr. Eggman considers himself a feminist? I think I vaguely remember that, which is kind of random. It says in his bio, as well as having an unfeasibly high IQ of 300, just 300? Eggman is a romanticist, a feminist, and a self-professed gentleman. Is he fuck? So despite being a villain hell-bent on conquering the world with his machines, at the very least he believes in gender equality. Oh yeah, I guess so. I think I vaguely remember the feminist part. What's that? Oh yeah. That's an actual whistling kettle in the background. So cool. Next trivia. This counts as some Sonic and Crash Bandicoot trivia. The character Crash Bandicoot was heavily inspired by Sonic. The Hedgehog was... Sonic the Hedgehog. So much that he internally... So much that internally the levels that had an over-the-shoulder perspective in Crash Bandicoot were internally referred to as Sonic's arse point of view levels. Why was that so hard to read? No, I didn't know that actually. But yeah, I guess they are very similar. Not that I'm familiar with Bandicoot games, but yeah, I saw some similarities. Next one. Did you know that Sonic sung the American national anthem with other fictional characters like Michelangelo from the Ninja Turtles? No, I did not know that. 4Kids, who at the time was dubbing the anime Sonic X, released an advert in 2006 which featured characters from Sonic X, Winx Club, Mew Mew Power, One Piece, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and many more, singing the American national anthem for the 4th of July, featuring characters like Jason Griffith, who voiced Sonic Shadow, Usopp from One Piece, Atticus Rhodes, etc.
I got a mix up for the breadcrumb, for the dumplings.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's what we're having tonight. And Dan Green, who voiced Knuckles and Yugi. This ad has since become a meme, and many people will spam it over social media every 4th of July. How do I not know about this? That sounds epic. If I remember, maybe I should find this. YuGiOh questions. 1. What colour sleeves do you normally use? I usually like to go for black and white since they look so clean and uniform, although sometimes I do like to theme my sleeves using red sleeves for my Salomon Great deck that I just rebuilt. Well, sometimes I tend to mix it up. Sounds like she's having a workout there.
Yeah,
well, with Dark Magician, I generally try to go for dark colours, obviously. I mean, originally I'd go with black sleeves if I could, although recently I've gone for purple because it makes sense because he's dressed in purple. Heroes, but in Elemental Heroes, I just go for a mixture of colours really. I mean, at the moment I'm just going for blue because, well, it's my favourite colour. Rainbow Neos, I usually use white sleeves, which makes sense because, well, it's mostly light monsters. Neos, Rainbow Dragon, Rainbow Neos are light monsters, so it kind of makes sense. Also use the same one for my Galaxy Photons when I had them, because it's a light deck, so I guess with the Signature 3 I'll go for a theme. Whereas with everything else I just mix it up. Although with Magician Girls, I've recently gone for pink because you know, it's a deck full of women, so you're alright there.
yeah, it's just aching my arms.
Mm-hmm.
Got to get the butter all like blended in, and then you add water and you make dumplings.
Mm.
Oh, I've got to cook the other stuff, and then it's going to take an hour for it to simmer roughly.
I feel like I should have helped you.
No, you're alright. I like doing it. I've prepared it.
It's fair enough. Anyway, yeah, that answers the sleeve question. 2. Do you have any favourite starter or structure decks? Maybe ranking them could be an interesting video idea. I guess I could do that for a video idea. There's quite a few favourites, including the Spellcaster's Judgment structure deck, the Dark Magician one that gave us Dark Eradicator Warlock. Thinking about it, that's probably the red hot favourite. I also loved the Hero Strike one, even though it has Bottomless and Dark Law. I still took part in the structure deck tournament that we did at Dead Uni back in early 2015. Yeah, those were actually fun. And I thought I'd be able to breeze through that, considering I'm an experienced elemental hero player, but not quite. I think I lost
I think you are.
I can't remember if I lost 1 or 2 games. I know I lost at least 1, but I remember Christian, Gamer Central, being really shocked and being like, "How did Richie lose?" It's all good though. What are some other favourite structure decks? Actually, I did like the Warrior's Strike one. The one that came before Spellcaster's Judgment. I remember news about it, and for some reason I assumed that Guildford the Lightning was in that structure deck, but no, it was a completely different Guildford monster. And then of course Guildford the Lightning came out in one of the 2005 tins.
I'm making a cake.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? What are some other favourites? I guess I did like the Crystal Beast one, and the Red Dragon Archfiend one, even though I never got that structure deck. I would have done though, had I decided to keep my Red Dragon Archfiend deck forever. I think that's it really. I don't know about the Obelisk and Slifer one, even though I did get those anyway, because I wanted to make my Egyptian God deck, but I don't know, maybe they'd be at the bottom.
Yeah.
I'd have to think about a top 10 list.
You've got to go breadcrumb like, and it looks like it has, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like flour.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good, is it? No.
Well, I didn't mean that as a bad thing.
I know. I'm just thinking like it's not meant to be flat. No, I've done the right ingredient method, so I'm gonna get about 8 dumplings out of it, maybe.
Okay, I mean,
You could probably use water in it to make the dumplings. Let's just do this first.
yeah.
Right, that's enough mixing, I think. Now I've got to get up.
And I'm pretty sure the last time I had dumplings was when I came to visit you guys in 2012
Gonna be
during the third trip.
the really tasty mince as well, and carrots.
Now my mouth is watering and my stomach is rumbling already.
Oh, sorry, I'll get cooking there.
It's alright, don't rush. Next question. What are some of your favourite plays? Moments like doing an amazing comeback, breaking a seemingly unbreakable board, pulling off insane combo, outsmarting your opponent. So I knew someone would ask me about this. But it's hard to really think of anything specific. That might have to be a separate video as well, and basically do the same thing that Weber's 5 did. There was one memorable moment off the top of my head. I mean, I'm sure there's others that aren't coming to me right now, but I'm sure they will. But there was one time where I played against my friend Davies, who was using Dark World, and I was using Dark Magician Hero, way back in the March 2012 format, and he had all 3 copies of Grapher on the field and went for an OTK, but I dropped Battle Fade and stopped him doing that. Then I top decked into Miracle Fusion, made a Shining Flare Wingman, and smashed over one of the Graphers and gamed him, because he wasn't on that higher life points, and my Wingman did have the power to basically wipe out what was left of his life points. I wish I thought of this before I did the Q&A, yeah, because I feel like this would have to be a separate video where I'd have to really think and look back on such moments that you describe. There's bound to be some other ones. Oh, actually there was another moment that I can think of off the top of my head, which I once did to O'Leary, the other Max, which was back in the March 2011 format. So, and this was during that locals that I actually won with my Legendary Hero deck. So I was playing that, he was on 6 Samurais, it was game 3, and he had Shen and Maturia Barkion on the field. And I think, I can't remember if it was already in my hand or whether I top-decked it, but I must have top-decked it, but I immediately activated Super Polymerization and fused the 2 of them together and made Dragon Knight Draco Equist. Because, yeah, Barkion is a Dragon Synchro, and obviously Shen is a warrior, so they're perfectly legitimate fusion materials. Yeah, that was another fine moment. I guess one other I can think of was during the last remote duel game I had with Brothers 5 when he was on Endymion, and I used Dark Magician, and I just used the beer to basically stop him doing the things that he does with Endymion. And I wanted to time it right, because I know if he had, what's it called, Jackal King on the field, that could just outright stop Nibiru. And I also used Solemn Strike to stop a Magician's Souls, which ended up being the right call. I normally save Solemn Strike for a bigger threat, but I felt maybe I should use it on Magician's Souls and stop him drawing other cards that can turn things around for him. But yeah, using it at the right time was the right call. And the last questions are actually from Matt and Alison Welch, which is so weird because they usually get here first. One, there have been many rumours recently on lots of different channels that speed duels are dying out, and that mid-term destruction is either going to be the final GX speed duel set or the final speed duel set entirely. Any thoughts and opinions, and do you think speed duels are dying out? Well, that would suck if that was the last one and they're dying out. I guess it doesn't help that not a lot of them have happened recently, which is a shame, because I've been really wanting to get back into them. I actually have filmed some speed duel games on Edo Pro lately, which I've yet to upload. And me and Sparkman91 actually did have a speed duel game, like either back in November or December. But that was it. I could have done more with him, like at TTR on Wednesday nights, but I've not been down on Wednesday nights lately, well, except last Wednesday, as well, stuff kept happening that stopped me from going. Yeah, it is a pity. I mean, I want to show off more of the free speed duel decks I have in games, and have more of them. I guess that might be hard to do if Konami aren't going to do them anymore. But I hope they don't die out. I mean, there's got to be a way to keep them alive. I mean, I think it'll take more than one man to be able to do it. Of course, if they do stop, I mean, I suppose I'd be okay with it, even though, like, friends have been hoping that synchros will come to speed duels.
Sorry about the noise.
It's alright. I'm not so keen on the idea of that, really. I mean, not that I have anything against all synchros, it's just it would feel too much like the game will just change too much, just like how it changed back in 2008. Yeah. Fingers crossed and touch wood if I can find some wood. Speed duels don't die out. 2. Did you see the new artwork for Dark Magician Girl for Rush Duels? It kind of looks like her pose in the anime when Yugi summons her. Yes, I did. Had to go on Edo Pro to look at it, and go under alternate formats because I couldn't find a way to see the picture any other way. But yeah, it looks very cool. Yes, I mean, that's all there is to say. I mean, it's just a cool artwork of Dark Magician Girl. Can't go wrong with it. And the last question of the whole video, Jesus Christ. Any thoughts and opinions on the newest Ubel monster? Yeah, that would be Phantom of Ubel. I must admit, I do like it more than the other one, Ubel, the Loving Defender Forever. But yeah, going to Phantom of Ubel, for those who don't know what it does, so it needs a Ubel monster and a fiend with no attack or defense points, and yeah, it's a contact fusion, unlike the other one. Must be special summoned from your extra deck by shuffling the above cards from your hand, field, and or graveyards into a deck or extra deck. Cannot be used as a fusion material, cannot be destroyed by battle, you take no battle damage from battles involving this card. When your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you contribute this card, and the effect becomes your opponent destroys one Ubel monster in their hand, deck, or field. Wait, destroys in the deck? What? I didn't notice that part. You can only use this effect once per turn, so okay, that's pretty damn good. So, although that second effect could be pretty annoying, so it's technically a monster effect negates, but it does function in the same way as the Grapha fusion, only at least this is more fair and balanced than the Grapha fusion. Fuck that card and Dark World in general. But yeah, I like Phantom of Ubel more than the Loving Defender, which I really don't like. Not necessarily for the burn effect, but just the fact that it banishes any monster it battles. But then again, I suppose it's not much different from playing DD Warrior Lady, I guess. But I don't know. Well, maybe hating on it is a strong word, because to be fair, that only works if it battles a monster. Whereas the damage is just insult to injury, but I swear to God, if someone uses Loving Defender on my Dark Magician, I will not be happy. I'm just saying. But In any case, I like Phantom of Ubel more than Ubel the Loving Defender. I've still yet to go up against new Ubel stuff. I mean, I've seen it in action, and it's scary. But yes, that is it for questions in this episode. So, I knew this would be a long one, so yeah. Thanks a lot for your guys' questions. Very cool ones as always, and amusing. And if you've got any other questions you want to ask me, post them in the comments down below. And remember, I do these episodes on Tuesday afternoon or evening, UK time, so be sure to get the questions in before then, so that you don't miss out. Thanks again, stay safe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the Dark Richician YouTube channel.